because why not? I guess I can get some pictures of myself again. But yeah, watch Marty Supreme. I definitely will say that the expectations that I had were very, very mute. I love seeing Tyler the Creator, his character, but at the end of the day, you talking about some nigga. I got kids. You had kids when you went out there with him. You had kids before. You went out there with him. You had kids when your cat was busted and you came back. I do think it's wrong that they left the dog. I do think it's very wrong because they really could have came out on top for even having, really, if they just dropped the dog off at the veterinarian and then went about their business. Um, but that's not the start of their troubles. It was a part of it, but it was not the start. Um, I was just playing in the bathroom, taking pictures, so you're gonna see what the outfit's looking like. But literally, like, yeah, I'm in a photo booth because the light is really good in here, not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, so I think that they could have. Let me. I think that they could have definitely, not even a they, but as far as Marty goes, yeah, he was a bum. He was a bum, definitely. The rich lady, you was smashing on him, Gwyneth Paltrow, and he was a bum when you was smashing on him. You knew that. I mean, he stole from her. That is like, no, just because you think somebody has some doesn't mean it's for you to take. On top of, you weren't asking for help necessarily, you were just making sure that you were able to utilize people the best way that you knew how. And I think for anyone walking away from the film, they should realize that sometimes people walk up to you and they have no intention of adding value to your life. It's more or less them adding to their lives, and I think that's like a huge, that was what I took mainly, because he benefited a lot off of other people in their sympathy, empathy, or just the fact that they believed in the dream that he was selling them. Because yeah, he's a great salesman, but you have to have discernment. So all that was happening to the people that was around Tyler the Creator character, I forget his name, but you got kids, yet you still went out there with your homeboy to have fun and deal with the whatever, whatever. And even though he was trying his hardest to make those that amount of money, I think he equated his success or his level of of accomplishment towards that goal that he set, that minimized the amount of possibilities he could have to be successful. He minimized those amounts. On top of, he gave that dude, that rich dude, you talking about some you a vampire 1601, is given very much what Hollywood really is, but neither here nor there. But he told you who he was, um, off rip. Not a guy you really want to play with, I feel like, but you know, he smacked your ass and you smashed his wife, so I guess a win's a win. But you humiliated yourself so that you could live out a dream of possibilities that you minimized for yourself. And then, you came back. I wouldn't, how would I say, I wouldn't call it I would say this is probably similar to the hero's journey because of him coming back home. He lost so much, but honestly, he started out as a bum anyway. So, I mean, now he's just a bum with a baby that won in Japan. But in the same instance of you choosing to win, you humiliated Indo in Japan from his people. Like, it's kind of jacked up, but um, I don't think he understood that. I don't think he saw that. And I saw too, like, he was so excited. He was so happy to, like, yeah, you had the chance. Saluted him. But when you lost, you didn't want to salute him. Yet you expect the same with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I thought yeah, the full circle is you realizing that you were always going to have to eventually become a man. You were always going to have to eventually return back to your responsibilities and eventually be who you supposed to be. But he limited his possibilities by thinking the way that he was going to be who he's supposed to be was only the tournament, only tennis, table tennis, only if he went to Japan, only. And that sort of thing, I think that's what limited him. Yes, you should believe in yourself to the highest extent. Maybe you shouldn't, maybe not maybe you shouldn't. I think his situation, it was very interesting. Like I said, he came back full throttle. He realized he had responsibilities. It was wrong from jump to be messing with a married woman. It was wrong from Jump Street. I mean, everyone knows how babies are made. And him being gone for that 8 months, he made his little globetrotter money. And I thought it was really sweet. He brought his mama that rock from Egypt. Like, that was really dope. And it was good because also too, when she opened the box, she wasn't like one of those people that probably would have seen it and was like, what's this, a rock? No, she looked at it and she was like, oh, my son got me a gift. And then he told her what it was. And I think that's beautiful too. um but yeah, I said it to say, like, it's very interesting to, I would say, yeah, it's similar to the hero's journey. He eventually ended up right back where he started. Um, but the thing is, bro was only 23. So as long as he, you know, like, if this was a real life situation, not living in that moment, not putting that onto someone else and making them think that they, like his kid, making them, forcing them tabletop tennis, forcing them to get to the championship, not putting his life into someone else's life and actually nourishing himself, he would come out on top still. He just was embarrassed because he set goals that limited him to specific possibilities. And that's why he ended up almost having to kiss a pig, getting his booty spanked, and, $1,500 ran up at the Ritz Carlton in a whole nother country. So I think the storyline, it was interesting. I had no expectations. I didn't know. Um, I mean, this is literally, I was still at the movie theaters though. Yeah, this is what just popped up out my head. But also too, for the ladies, don't be giving up that kuka, that coochie, that vagina. Don't be giving that up. Because when you give that up, another thing, he spilled that seed. That's what I thought about. He spilled that seed that night before, and that's why he lost. Don't talk to me. Talk to Nikola Tesla. Don't talk to me. Talk to other men that spilled that seed before they had something big that they needed to do. Maybe he could have. He was on top. He could have just, you know what I'm saying. Not here. So, yeah. But the ladies, I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow, you knew he was a bum. You knew what it was. You knew it was just some D. She gave him a necklace that she didn't care about. But at the end of the day, when you sleep with somebody that doesn't care about you, you can't expect them to give a damn about you. And so when he lost the necklace, it is what it is. I mean, you was just so thirsty for some cat. And then I don't know what happened with her story. I don't know what happened with her specifically. And then, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking seeing films again, watching movies again. I used to break them down as a kid with my dad and stuff, and watch behind the scenes. And learning the archetypes is really interesting because I noticed there are in several movies. But yeah, like, he spilled that tea. The girls got. One ended up pregnant, don't have her life together, and the other one, she's unhappy, and she's gonna continue to do what she do because she's a rich woman. So, anywho, I am very thankful that I was able to enjoy this experience. It gave me something to think about, and I like this blind film. Go watch a movie blindly. So, yeah, I will not be watching Avatar, however.